It's the first time the stock market is closed for Juneteenth, commemorating the end of slavery in the U.S., but it's not the first time the New York Stock Exchange is talking about the day.
Beginning in 2022, the NYSE will adopt Juneteenth as a market holiday.
The holiday is not only a U.S. stock market holiday, but was signed into law by President Joe Biden in 2021 as a federal holiday.
And today is special because we are affirming a group of people that perhaps hasn't been affirmed in general throughout the history of the country. And this is one of those things that for the Black community is very special. It's been a holiday that's been celebrated by this community for a long time. And for it now to become part of the general knowledge and sentiment, and people should take the time to understand why this is so important. And not just take it as another holiday, another long weekend to barbecue and to grill and to, go out to the beach without really understanding the significance of today for many of us.
I'm here as a product of those who fought for civil rights in our country. And so I want to acknowledge, the importance of that.
The day off from trading gives time to celebrate freedom and the emancipation of Black Americans. It's also an important time to reflect and take action.
Time is an inflection point for us as a country. We've made progress, but there's so many more things we can do. One of the things we launched here is one of our jobs is to connect people to opportunities. And so I think if we use our expertise, our use of data, transparency, as a means to shine a light on some of those systemic barriers that have been there, I think we will really move towards being a much more inclusive economy for everybody.
Financial freedom means quality of life. And what I mean by that is that financial freedom is not the sole determinant of happiness, but certainly drives a lot of positive outcomes for communities. It all comes down to equity, ownership, and capital. The fact that proactively, the New York Stock Exchange and NYSE is proactively sort of seeking to add this conversation publicly and to call companies to continue to have conversations are things that we should be doing, right? Personally and professionally, it's one thing to say and to celebrate and to acknowledge and recognize, but if we all go back to our desks on Tuesday and do nothing else and just wait until the next Juneteenth to have the same sort of conversation, celebration, and nothing's happened in between, we haven't activated our powerful platforms and what our companies are, then we're not living up to the values or the intent of the Emancipation Proclamation or the intent of what Juneteenth should be about. And so we need to move beyond celebratory and more towards action-driven solutions and strategies.
So I grew up at a time where I was in a segregated all-Black elementary school and before Brown versus Board of Education. So I, through my own pathway in my own life, can see the progress we've made. Yet the data shows us how hard it's been to close, the gap in wealth generation in our country. And so I'm really focused on how we can use, all this expertise to solve for some of the problems. Because I think the growth of our country going forward means including everyone. Make sure that everyone's at that table.